Hi, good morning or good afternoon, depending upon what time you're watching right now. I'm glad to be back for our lesson today. Let's see. I hope that you are ready to work today because this is another lesson for our Zoom class tomorrow. Okay, this is English 3 for Wednesday, June 24, 2020. As we start, let's put ourselves in the presence of God. Father in heaven, we are just so happy to come to your presence this moment of the day. We praise you for the life that we have. We thank you for our students ready to work. We thank you for their parents, helping them to get connected and be able to participate in our free trial. Father, be with us as we move on to our lesson. Give me wisdom from you and understanding for our students, Lord. Thank you for answering our requests and granting it according to your will. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Okay, we are happy that we can study again. Today, I have prepared a DLR for you. DLR means Daily Language Review. Okay, for our language review, I have here, today I have prepared 3 sentences for you. There are 2 of them that have errors, but there is one that is already correct. So you just have to find which one is already correct, eliminate it so that you will have to work on the 2 which has errors. Okay, look at the first sentence. Let's see. Let's read together. Read with me. Mary and Martha are twins. So let's see. What do you think is the first error that you see in this sentence? Mary and twin. So if we look at the capitalization, we find that Martha, the letter M there should also be capitalized. Do you agree? Yes, of course, because Martha is a name of a specific person. It is a proper noun, and all proper nouns should be capitalized, the first letter. So we're going to make it capital. Where you have right there in front of you. So it will go capital M Mary and capital M Martha are twin. Do you still see an error there? Okay, check this out. Which one is an error? Okay, we have here Mary and Martha are, because there are 2 compound subjects, 2 subjects, Mary and Martha. So you have between. What do you think is appropriate for that? Is that correct? Okay, yes, there are 2 of them. Actually, Mary and Martha is already correct. But we say they are twins. Okay, so you have to put letter S right after letter N in the word twin. So it's going to be twins. So if we read it, Mary and Martha are twins. And we have a period. Did you get that? Good, very good. Okay, so let's see. So we have already 1 correct. What about number 2? What do you see in number 2? Well, I think that, okay, I'll give you 5 seconds to look at the sentence. 5 seconds. It's starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Error that you see? Good, yes, the capitalization for the word, for the subject, John. So letter J, as we have said in the first sentence, every proper noun should be capitalized. And besides John, letter J is also the beginning of the first letter of the sentence. So you are hitting 2 rules right there. Capitalization at the beginning of a sentence and capitalization subject. The subject of the sentence, John. Okay, John have a cold. So we have already 1 corrected 1. What about the next word, have? John have. This is a verb of owning. We have studied that previously, correct? Yes. So John have. John is only one. So if you have a singular subject, you should also have a singular verb. So what is the singular form of? Because we have a singular subject, have is a plural verb of owning. So we are looking for the singular verb of owning. So what do you think? Has, correct. Yes, that's right. John has, that is correct because John singular, has singular, they agree, so that is correct. Is there anything else that we need to correct? Look at the sentence one. Can starts now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what else do you see? Okay, yes, the punctuation mark. What is missing there? What punctuation is missing? Okay, yes, it is a period because what do you have? You have a declarative sentence. This is a statement. So you need a period. Glad that you are really learning. Okay. Okay. Let's start with our last sentence. So, since I told you that there are only 2 sentences with errors, now you can say that this one has no error. Let us read and try to check if it is really true that this one has no error. Okay, number 3, read with your eyes or you follow after me, whatever you want to do. I will read it now. I am in the 3rd grade. I am in the 3rd grade with a period at the end. Do you think this sentence has an error? Okay, you're right. There is no error there because I is followed by the verb to be, the be form, the verb be, am, and the sentence. Okay, so this is a correct sentence. Isn't it that you are in the 3rd grade? Yes, you are. So that's correct. So did you get all the errors? Did you find all of them? I hope that you did. I know that you are able to do that because I know that I have wonderful students. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. I'm gonna show you the correct answer now. So you have here letter M. Here, Martha. We made it capitalized, then we added the S. So you have Mary and Martha are twins. Then the next one, John, letter J is capitalized, has instead of have, and then you have a bad cold and period at the end. And number 3 remains the same because we did not correct anything. I am in the 3rd grade. Okay, that's all for our DLR today, Daily Language Review. You think you have reviewed your previous learning through this? I hope so. Okay, today we're going to our lesson for the last meeting in the Zoom tomorrow for our free trial. Proofreading is our lesson. What do you mean by proofreading? Okay, when you are writing a paragraph, which we have started, we said that a paragraph, when you start, you have to indent it at least 5 spaces to the right, move the first sentence to the right, and then you have to start the beginning of the sentence with capital letter, and then both margins should be straight, and the first sentence should contain the topic that all of the remaining sentences is going to be talking about. Okay, that was what we have learned from ours. So what are we doing when we are trying to proofread? When we have a paragraph, after we have written, we go back to check if we have missed something, or if we have written something that is not correct as far as, number one, errors in capitalization is concerned. Errors, that is number one. Number two, errors in punctuation. When you say capitalization, the first letter of the beginning of the sentence, you have capitalized the proper nouns, specific name of person, name of places, and you also have to think of the punctuation at the same time. So every end of the sentence, whether it is interrogative or state declarative or an interjection, when you're exclamatory point, when you are surprised, you have to put the right punctuation. All of those are called punctuation. So you have to put all the punctuation. And you also have to put commas. Okay, so what else do you look when you are actually for grade 3? In this lesson, we are only talking about capitalization and punctuation because you're still too young. But I'm just gonna run through all of this that I want you to know. When you are proofreading, you are checking for something wrong in a paragraph, right? So we said you're checking for punctuation, whatever you missed, whatever is wrong. Then you check for indentation. Make sure that the paragraph is indented. Move to the right, at least 5 spaces. You also check for errors in grammar. Like when we were doing our DLR, the have is wrong. It should be John has. So that is error in grammar, or you say grammatical error. So you check for that when you are proofreading a paragraph. And also, you have to check for misspelled words. Misspelled words means the word was not spelled correctly. For example, you are writing for mother and you forgot to put the letter H. You just say M-O. To show the reader that there is something missing right there. Okay, so there are different symbols that you will use when you are doing the correction. It is called editor's marks. Why editor's marks? Because usually those people who are proofreading or checking for errors, they are called editor's marks. But even me or you, when you write a paragraph, we also edit our work. So they are just calling this as editor's marks. Now, these proofreading marks or symbols are usually, in the past, they are usually using this when the paper is, when the words are typewritten. It's easy to correct that, you know. The proofreader or wherever it should be corrected. And sometimes if there are 2 corrections in one line or one sentence, you have to show that there is, sometimes they put a slash. Okay? So all of these marks are found in the paragraph when we are proofreading. If only you will find this if there is a mistake. If there is no error. Okay, good. Let's go. Okay, what do you see in the screen right now? Oh, these are examples of the different marks that the proofreader or the one reading the paragraph for correction or finding errors are used, what the one is using. So you have different marks. Each of these marks has a meaning. For example, the period, as you see there in the screen, a circle and a big circle and a period in the middle, that means that you have to add a period in the sentence. The sentence is supposed to have a period, but it is not there. So the proofreader will ask to you, the writer, to put a period, and they show this by putting the big circle and a dot in the middle. Okay? So these are all marks that you can use. Use only punctuation and capitalization, which is what you see right here. If you want to capitalize, like what we have done in John or Martha in our DLR, you're going to put 3 lines under the letter that you want to be capitalized. You want this, when you see that, when you submit your paragraph for correction or for checking to your, you see these 3 lines at the bottom of your letter, small letter. That means that you are going to capitalize that letter where the 3 lines are found. And when you also find a big circle with a dot in the middle at the end of a sentence, that tells you that you are going to add a period on at the end of your sentence. Let's try to practice. Okay, sorry, I have here the proofreading marks just for your information. Actually, these are really for proofreaders, meaning maybe though there are people who really works for that. That is their profession. They edit, like they edit thesis, you know, big things. But for us, this is just for you to see, okay? And this is another kind, the simpler one. And they're what they stand for. Okay, so just before we start, I want you to have this proofreading guide or hint, okay? This is for you, you are just starting, to put in mind when you are asked to proofread or to check for errors a paragraph, or if you are doing that for yourself, and to give yourself a warning that there's some reader, one should look for one type of error at a time. This is very important to remember, because if you look for all of the errors at the same time, can you imagine? Look at all of these marks. You're going to remember all of those. Well, if you are already big, that's not a problem. But since you're still small and even your eyes are easily strained, about this one. Okay, sorry, this one. Okay, so the suggestion is so that you will not miss anything and you'll be able to focus and find the errors and don't miss anything. You're going to go one by one. For example, you have to check first for capitalization. So when you read the paragraph, your mind, your eyes, you don't worry about punctuation, you don't worry about spelling. No, even if you see a spelling mistake there or a misspelled word, don't worry about that. Don't touch it. Just look for the capitalization error. That is what it means when we are given a guide to as for a good proofreader, we have to look for one type of error at a time. So you say, teacher, what about this? We're going to correct it, but maybe you can go back after you have proofread, you have gone over the paragraph and you check for all the errors in capitalization. Then the second time around, you go back to the beginning of the paragraph and you look for another error. Maybe this time you're looking for the misspelled words, but this time only misspelled words you're going to look. Don't worry about the or if it is an interrogative sentence, a question mark, but it was period was used and it needs to be corrected. No, don't worry about that. Just go over one more time with your paragraph and just look for the misspelled words. That is being a good proofreader. Go one at a time, one error at a time. Okay? I hope that you got it, because this is very important. You're just beginning your climb in the English. It's a base, a solid foundation for you when you are thinking of proofreading or correcting errors one at a time. Okay? Good job. Okay, let's continue. Okay, here is a paragraph. I have written here, there are errors in the paragraph, but after we find the errors, we are also going to see the correct one. So for now, we're for the errors. But as I said, we do it one at a time. So first, we are going to look for indentation. Indentation meaning every paragraph at the beginning should be indented, moved to the right at least 5 spaces. Or if you desire 4, as long as it is indented. But usually it is 5 spaces. If you are writing if it is a formal writing, it's 5 spaces to the right. So let's see. Is this one indented? Sorry. Oh, yes, it is indented. Okay, so we only have one paragraph, and we're going to look for error one at a time. So the first one we have decided is to look for the error in indentation, and we found that it is indented, so we're done with that. Next, we're going to look for capitalization. Capitalized, and words that are capitalized which are not supposed to be capitalized. Okay? I hope you understand. Now we're going to focus only on capitalization. Okay, let's go. So right here, we already this is the beginning of the sentence. The W should be capitalized. Okay, so that's one we found. We were all over my aunt's house when my dog Riley was running. Here, the pronoun he, the beginning of a sentence, should be capitalized. So he here should be capitalized. Okay. He was chasing me around in circles, period. All of a sudden, I looked and Riley was in my aunt's pool swimming. I couldn't, okay. Oh, yes, there is an error there because Riley, the name of the dog, is not capitalized. So we're going to capitalize Riley. So we already have 3 errors found. We found already 3 errors. Okay, let's continue. I couldn't believe my eyes that the dog was in the pool. I dashed. Okay, what happened to the letter I? Okay, you have wherever you go, even in the middle of the sentence, I, the pronoun I is always capitalized. So more so at the beginning of the sentence. So I should be capitalized. So we have 4 already. I dashed to the pool and jumped and swam over to Riley and pulled him to the steps. He is not capitalized. It's the beginning of the sentence. So let us capitalize that. Okay, what do? You have to write 3 lines under the letter H. Okay, or under the word he, but usually it should be under the letter H. Okay, under the, okay, don't be misled. Under the letter H, you put 3 lines. In all of the capitalization errors, you have to put 3 lines under the letter. Okay, so he got out and shook all over us like a sprinkler on a hot day. I was glad, Riley. Okay, another one here. I was again needs to be capitalized, and Riley also needs to be capitalized. I was glad Riley was okay and that I saved him. Okay, so shall we go back and review? W at the very beginning is under letter W. Then let's go. He on the second sentence H should be capitalized. So 3 lines under letter H. He was chasing me around circles. Riley on the third sentence should be capitalized. Letter R, 3 lines under. Okay, I couldn't believe my eyes that the dog was in the pool. I, another 3 lines under the pronoun I in the fourth sentence. In and swam over to Riley and pulled him to the steps. Fifth sentence, the beginning is also small, so you have to put 3 lines under the letter H. He got out and shook all over us like a sprinkler on a hot day. And the last sentence, I, should be capitalized. So 3 lines under I was glad. And Riley also, letter R, should be capitalized. Okay, good. Let's see if we have gotten that correct. Okay, so now we have looked for the indentation, and now we're going to look for errors on punctuation. So punctuation means the marks that you use at the end of the sentence. If it is a declarative or it's a stating something, it is a period. When it is commanding something or telling you to do something, it is still a period. When it is asking a question, it's a question mark. When it's showing surprise or amazement, or yes, amazement or exclamatory mark. Okay, so let's see if we can find something. We were all over my aunt's house when my dog Riley was running around like crazy. Okay, that's a statement, so you are going to put period, correct. He was chasing me around in circles, period. All of a sudden, I looked and Riley was in my aunt's pool swimming. I couldn't believe my eyes. Yeah, here, actually, you can also put, if you are showing, I was in my aunt's pool swimming, and then you can put an exclamatory point. But a period right there, if it's just a normal emotion, is okay. I couldn't believe my eyes that the dog was in the pool. I dashed to the pool and jumped in and swam over to Riley and pulled him to the steps. He got out and shook all over us like a sprinkler on a hot day. Period. There you go. So make a circle at the end of day with a period in the middle of a circle. Okay, I was glad at the end of him because it is a statement. So a big circle and a period in the middle. Okay, very good. Let's look at the correct paragraph now and see where our errors were. Okay, so look here. Let's read the paragraph and see if it is correct now. We, you see your indentation is there. We were all over my aunt's house when my dog Riley was running around like crazy. Capital W for the beginning of the sentence. He was chasing me around in circles. Capital H for the he, the beginning of the sentence. All of a sudden, I looked and Riley was in my aunt's pool swimming. Okay, period. I couldn't believe my eyes that the dog was in the pool. Capital I, dashed to the pool and jumped in and swam over to Riley and pulled him to the steps. Capital H, he got out and shook all over us like a spring. I, capitalized, was glad. R for Riley is also capitalized. Riley was okay and that I saved him. Period. Because that's the end of a declarative sentence. Okay, so did you find the errors? Is it an easy thing to do? Actually, yes, it is easy if you have remembered all the rules, but it also is sometimes what it takes a lot of focus and your mind working that what you are looking for, you know, you have to know the rules so that you know what you're looking for. Okay, that is congratulations because now you are a proofreader. Yes, you are a proofreader, and I hope that you continue to be careful when you're writing a paragraph so that you don't commit errors or make mistakes. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to discuss the worksheet with you in our Zoom class. Turn to your worksheet now and proofread the beginning of the personal narrative that I gave you. Pay attention, special attention to end marks. End marks meaning the punctuation marks at the end of every sentence. Use the editor's marks to correct at least. Okay, so in the narrative, you are told that there are 7 errors. How many? 7. So 7. Look for 7 errors. You can find those 7 errors in our sentence. So good luck and God bless you. I hope to see you tomorrow. Please come to our Zoom class prepared. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.